Welcome to the Hilarity Ensues podcast, hosted by Donna, the queen of quick wit, and Jeff, the dean of devious double entendres. Together, they're on a mission to find the funny in life using nothing but their critical thinking skills and sarcasm.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Hilarity Ensues. I'm your host, Donna, and joining me here today is my co-host,
Jeff.
Okay, today's show, everyone, it's about the use of slang and how people use it in everyday speak and how it has taken over our entire language. But before we get started, because my co-host is so educated and articulate and he's a walking dictionary, could you define for
He laid it on thick today.
like gravy? Can you define for our listeners what slang actually is?
Slang off the top of my head is words that are used for double or triple meanings. They're not exactly the intended use. Typically set aside by specific groups. It could be age groups. It could be gender groups. It could be profession groups, etc. But it's a kind of an esoteric way of using words that I guess normal population would not understand.
Everyone, I told you my co-host was smart. He pulled out all these $5 words for us to define. Bottom line, for a common folk like you and me, it's just informal type of language. It's informal language that people use.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not know this. Urban Dictionary has a 2026 slang edition of the latest in slang words. And for those of you that are not aware, Urban Dictionary is for those that are over the age of 35 that need to understand what these young folks are saying. And because we do not gatekeep here to Hilarity Ensues, we're going to introduce you to Urban Dictionary. Use it wisely, okay? They have some slang words that were added for 2026. Some I've heard of, some I've never heard of. I will say this, I have daughters that try and keep me in the know. So I do know quite a bit of it. So I'm always made or kept abreast of the latest in terminology being used by our youth here. So thank you to my daughters here. But the first word on the list is aura farming. Jeff, are you familiar with aura farming?
I am familiar with aura farming. Yeah, I was privy to that through watching way too many shorts, like YouTube shorts. And so aura farming is a way to gather or garner cool points from whatever activity it may be. Like, for example, it could be a guy that's like somewhat out of shape, doesn't look very athletic, and then he just suddenly starts doing multiple backflips and somersaults. And people are looking like, hey, I didn't know Stan can do all that. Pretty cool. He's aura farming right now, and he's getting his score up, to 100,000 points or whatever it may be. I mean, it could be a couple of different examples, but I think it's just a way to get cool points on social media.
Like ways people show off.
Right.
Now, the next one I have heard of, which is big back. And again, my daughters introduced this term to me. And big back is a humorous way of referring to someone who loves food or has a larger backside. And that's what, Jeff?
That term just makes me laugh when I hear big back. I just start laughing. It's just because I've seen people with big backs, like literally big backs, and I think about that, and it just makes me chuckle uncontrollably sometimes. So sometimes I have to turn away.
Well, what's funny about it is that a lot of young people that I've heard use the term are petite in frame, and they'll refer to something as like big back behavior. So think of it this way. Someone goes to Jersey Mike's, they get that foot-long sub, they got 12 different meats on it, they have all different cheeses on it, every single topping, they get a supersized drink, they get some chips, some cookies. That's big back behavior.
For sure. It's about to be a legit big back eating like that.
Okay. If you sit down with a 2-liter bottle of soda and an entire pizza, that's big back behavior.
Yo, You just reminded me of not the typical, but a somewhat typical Friday night for me at college. Two full 2 liter Pepsi and the 16-inch pizza solo, one shot.
Well, I can't talk. I'm a tell on myself here, right? My best friend, little sister, growing up, we used to go to this bakery in Brooklyn. It's called Lord's Bakery, right there at the junction. If you're from Brooklyn, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And we would go and get a birthday cake. It wasn't nobody's birthday, but we would get a birthday cake and a 2 liter bottle of soda. And we would sit there with 2 forks, no plates, no knives.
Wow.
And we would sit there and eat the cake.
That's definitely big back behavior.
Like anime, eat the cake. No, anyway.
Oh, what a scene.
Could I do that now? And it's so funny because I was so tiny back then. And I'll never forget when I was in college. I would go and buy myself, I used to love chocolate covered cherries. And I would buy myself a box of chocolate covered cherries. And there was this girl in my dorm, she struggled with her weight really bad. And she used to wear these sauna suits like 18 out of 24 hours out of the day. And she would sit there and watch me eat a box of chocolate. And she'd be like, I'm looking at you and gaining weight in the process.
Why you torture that poor lady?
That was metabolism back then. Can I do that now? Hell no, I can't do that now. I can't even think about doing that now.
Yeah, things have changed a little bit.
So that's big back behavior. It's not necessarily even someone that's overweight or slightly or even with a bigger back. It's just the behavior in itself. But we're going to move on to now the next one, which is BSFR. You know what that is, Jay?
Be so for real?
Yes, essentially you're serious right now.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
I will say this, that's kind of like a text abbreviation, like FR, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these kind of border into text language as well. Our next word is AI slop.
AI slop, our favorite. That's low tech AI that pretty much everybody has a hold of. You don't really need to have the subscription. You could just kind of throw it together. See it all the time on shorts.
Yep, AI slop, low quality, mass produced, AI generated content. The robotic voices that are telling you to do Tai Chi walking and all kinds of crap like that.
Oh my God, I've seen that commercial so many times. It is so fake. It just, why? I can't believe people are falling for that. It's crazy.
They are. I'm like, how many different characters that you have telling people to do Tai Chi walking? And why are you trying to market to people in my age group? Stop it.
Yes. Yeah. The first guy showed some Asian man and he was 62 or 78 or something like that. He was absolutely shredded. I mean, that was the first one. This is AI, like right off the bat. So then they start showing him like before, and then like 30 days later, he just whittles down to just a shredded ball of muscle. I'm like, come on, bro. You're going to be doing more than walking.
Only it was that simple. Next one. Next word up. Yo, Jay, you got this. You got it. You got that Rizz.
Oh, yeah. Charisma. At first, I did not like this. I thought it was corny. I don't know why. Maybe it was just the old man in me. But the more I started seeing it and hearing it, and I was like, okay, it started to grow on me. But I do like Rizz. I do actually use that in not in my daily life, but I do use it every now and again.
Well, the old woman in me thought it was something completely different when I first heard it. And I realized, oh, no, that's not it.
You're thinking of something else that rhymes with Rizz, I think.
Yes, exactly.
Well, if you got enough Rizz, the other part will come soon, so to speak.
That's a family show. We won't tell people what that is. But anyway, moving right along. Then we got Delulu.
Delulu. That's delusional, I guess. Yeah, I've heard that a few times. Okay, I can see that.
It's usually said jokingly, but that's what they say. But everyone that I've heard call someone Delulu, they were trying to say they were crazy.
They meant it.
Yes, they meant it. It wasn't a joke. You're Delulu.
They said it with their whole chest.
Whole chest. Next one, no cap. And no cap isn't new. This is really old. I don't know how it just made it to 2026. But no cap means I'm telling you the truth, straight up, no lies.
No lie.
Or if someone tells you that's cap, they're telling you lying.
Yes, that's another one. I did not understand the origins of it and tried to fight so hard against it. But now I'm saying cap, no cap all the time.
And what I like about it is that there's actually a cap emoji. So when I'm on social media and someone says something, I just have to put the emoji in there. I don't even have to tell you, that's cap. Got an emoji for that. Next up on the list, cooked. Okay. You're finished, doomed, or serious trouble. What are your thoughts?
I like it. It just has multiple meanings, like multiple slang meanings. I guess not the problem, but that's just one of the nuances with slang. So you could be done, like we're cooked as a society due to AI slop or whatever it may be. Or I've seen it used early on or a few years back where somebody was doing, some fancy basketball moves, doing some and one and making the defender look silly. And they're like, no, man, let's lay back a little bit. Let him cook a little bit. And then he'll just figure out what's going on in the kitchen, add some spices to it, spin around, and then hit the swish.
Okay. And that was the next one, let him cook. When someone's doing something impressive or they're making a good point, like let him cook. Let them get to the, yeah.
Right. I guess it's like, it's the same word, but used a little bit differently. But yeah, I like them both. I could work with that.
Next one up is Ohio. I don't know how the great state, well, it's not that great, but I don't know how the state of Ohio is catching a stray. And this means it's used online to describe something bizarre, strange, or ridiculous. So why are we saying Ohio means something strange or ridiculous? I don't get it.
I got the theory. Because it's a lot easier to type Ohio than typing out Florida, the land of the strange.
I think Florida has won several awards, and I think they're being eased out, and they're looking for someone to take the mantle for them. And yes. Ohio doesn't get the pub that all the other states do. So Florida's very busy. Florida has a lot going on here. So.
Right. Sounds like Ohio needs to do some more aura farming.
I'm going to go on to something else. I got a couple of terms here. I want you to tell me if this is something real or if I just made this shit up.
Okay.
Young ho. Have you ever heard of that? Young ho?
I've definitely heard it. I listen to a lot of hip hop. Yeah. Does it mean what I think it means? That's got to be too easy.
Tell me what you think it means.
A young, promiscuous woman.
No.
Not really. Okay. No. All right. It was too easy.
So a young hoe, right, is someone who they cut corners, they lack patience, they take shortcuts. So again, my daughter introduced me to this term. And the example she gave me was young hoes cook on high heat. Old hoes let things simmer.
Okay. I like that.
Point being, they're trying to cook whatever they can cook as fast as possible. And they think the fastest way possible is to put it on high heat to cook. Not always good. The other example she gave me was young hoes go into a supermarket and don't grab a basket. They just carry everything in their hands.
That's not very efficient?
No, it's not. Because old hoes, they're going to grab a basket or a shopping cart.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
I think this is the only time I let my daughter call me an old hoe. But anyway, next one up, joy bait. Real? I just made that up.
Joy bait. I don't know. That sounds so weird. Joy bait. I've heard of rage bait. I guess it's the opposite of rage bait.
Ding, 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 ding. That is correct. It is the opposite of rage bait. It's when someone is overly nice, kind of syrupy, sweet nice, where they're, hello, Jeff. Hope you're having a wonderful day. The sun is out. I hope you don't get sunburned. They kind of go onto the syrupy things to kind of butter you. That's joy baiting.
That's weird.
I would imagine joy baiting is more along the lines where people are using it to be somewhat manipulative.
Right. It sounds almost like extra fake.
Exactly. So now our next one, you're going to appreciate this one, maybe. Finger princess.
Finger princess. That's a real term.
You think it is?
I'm asking. I'm like, wow, finger princess.
What do you think it means? I'm curious.
Okay, I got to keep it clean. You don't want to get your fingers dirty. You don't want to work with your hands or something along those lines.
Close. A finger princess is someone who doesn't want to look things up and they turn to you to ask questions. My biggest pet peeve, when people call you up and they're like, hey, what's the temperature out there today? And I'm like, shit, I got to go to weather.com or the weather app on my phone to find that out. You can do the same thing. That is a finger princess, too lazy to look it up on their own, and they're going to ask you questions.
Yes. Used to know a few finger princesses, and I had to get them out of my lives. But yeah, that is highly annoying.
It is. It's like, what does this mean? Google, figure it out.
In the age of information, we have so much information at our fingertips. It only takes literally seconds to look most things up.
Literally. You don't even have to type it in. You got Siri, so you take that finger and press a button. Siri, Alexa, what is this? And they'll tell you. Why are you disrupting my world with that? Let's move on here before I get upset. Next one, double cheeked up. Double cheeked up.
Oh, yeah. That's one of my favorites. And I appreciate that one the most. Double cheeked up means somebody who is very healthy in the posterior area, preferably female.
There you go, using them $5 words again. Our listeners might not know what posterior is. What is it?
They have a big old booty. Yes. Yeah, double cheeked up. I heard that on somebody's, I don't know, podcast or somewhere. I just started laughing. I was like, I've never heard that before, but I love that term.
Yeah, I never heard of it. So it was new to me. I was like, wow, that's a thing. But I guess I wouldn't be going around saying cheese double. First of all, I wouldn't want a guy that's double cheeked up. Now,
that looks kind of weird, right?
Men with big booties are just not my jam. The next one, micro-looting.
Micro-looting. It sounds, that's, I've never heard that before, but I'm pretty sure I know what that means. That means you're slowly but surely stealing from stores or shoplifting or something.
Yeah, the art of stealing small objects from large stores or corporations. And I'm here to tell you, we're in the age of Big Brother. Don't do that. Do not do that. Do not do that. Because for some of you out there that I see enough threads and TikToks where people are talking about self-service as their reparations, and that's how they get their discounts when they shop, because they think they can move things miraculously into their shopping bag without the store knowing. The store's recording everything when you're in self-checkout. And some of these stores use facial recognition, and they're waiting for you to cross a certain threshold before they choose to press charges.
Yes, I've seen a few articles on that, and they definitely will. Once you cross that threshold, clink, walked out the store.
So, like, for example, there's a very well-known supermarket chain, and my daughter went in there, it was a few weeks ago, and she had her cell phone in her hand, and she was trying to move things from the cart to scan into the bag. And it was just too much. So she decided to put her cell phone in her purse under her arm. And the cameras and everything went off, and it called someone over. And the person that they usually have someone guarding that area, they realized what it was because it showed the image on the screen for the person to come up. They realized it wasn't her moving something into her bag. It was just her phone. Don't do it. There's also an actor, he starred in Juana Man. His name, I think is Miguel Nunez.
Miguel Nunez.
Yeah. Don't be a finger princess. Look it up. You fact check me here. But he went to this same supermarket, and something happened that he couldn't wait around for something, or something went wrong. I think he left his card at home. Don't remember the details. Again, don't be a finger princess. And he came back to the supermarket a second time, and his intent was to pay. And the moment facial recognition picked him up, they caught him. And imagine being carted off because of theft in a store. No micro-looting, no shoplifting, no 5-finger discounts. I don't care what you want to call it. Don't do it.
Yeah, definitely don't do that.
Next one up, neo-boomer.
Neo-boomer. Neo is new. Boomer is old. That's like our family or our parents' generation, like a new old school person, somebody that's like in the old school things.
Kind of close. It's like a Gen Z person who's conservative and has the ideologies and opinions similar to that of a boomer.
Okay, pretty close. Yeah.
Let's see what else. I think that's what we have. Let's stop there for now. I want to touch on something else here when it comes to AI slop. We discussed what qualifies as AI rewind. We've discussed what qualifies as AI slop. And I'm going to ask you this, Jeff. Is AI making the internet better?
Overall, I would say no. I mean, there are some things that make it better, but I would say all no, because of all the slop. There's just too much slop.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to be devil's advocate here. We can't agree on everything here. So I think AI is making the internet better because I believe it is weeding out the idiots. It actually is. It's doing the job of weeding out the idiots here. So AI, people have tapped into it without even, how can I put this? They've leaned so heavily into AI that the thought of thinking on their own is no longer even considered. They want to write an email, they feed it to AI. They want to write, a text message, they feed it to AI. They want to write an essay, they feed it to AI. They try and write a book, they feed it to AI. There was someone that I was listening to on a podcast, and he said that he fed AI some information to craft for him, and it was specific data points that needed to be included. And he reread what they gave him, which is something most people don't do. They don't reread what AI spits out. And he realized a lot of key information was omitted.
Not good. No bueno.
No bueno. So AI is definitely, it's shifting the way people think, or they don't think.
Lack thereof.
But I think it is going to be a weeding process, and we're going to see the effects of it. I want to say in the next 10 years. In the next 10 years, we're going to look back and be like, these were people that leaned too hard on AI.
Yep.
But let's go back in time. We're going to go into a time machine here. We're going to go back to the 1970s when slang had soul.
Okay.
And some examples of some words that were used in the 70s, groovy.
Yep, I remember Groovy.
Did you use it?
I did use it. I didn't use it all the time, but I definitely used Groovy. I used a lot of the terms from the 70s.
I didn't use groovy. You grew up in the suburbs, though.
It might have been, in the groovy suburbs, yes.
Then there was far out.
I think I used it. I did remember hearing that multiple times about you far out, like you out there, man. Like somebody talking crazy or just different ideologies.
And then there's funky.
I use that a lot.
Let me tell you, funky was used in every single song, movie, you name it. Funky was being used. Play that funky music. Okay.
Yeah. Won't you take me to Funky Town?
Right on.
Oh, yeah. Right on. Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
Can you dig it?
Yes, I can.
And that's a phrase that actually has moved through decades.
Yes.
That's because of that rap song.
Yes. Yeah. Can you dig it? It's still being used today. For sure.
Bread.
It's your cheddar, your money, your paper.
That's your paper. Let me ask you this. Would you rather someone say that's groovy or that's fire?
I prefer fire. Yeah.
I love fire. Yes, I do. Let's move on. The next decade, the 80s. Totally awesome, dude.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Totally awesome. Tubular.
No.
Gag me with a spoon.
Rad.
What can you explain the gag me with the spoon part? Like, did somebody just say that once and it became a thing? Because I think that's enjoyable.
That was a Valley Girl term.
Okay.
Like I equate it to like as if. As if was actually 90s, but gag me with a spoon was Valley Girl speak. Okay. Mm-hmm. Just like Frankie says relax. Frankie says chill. Frankie was saying a lot in the 80s that was getting on my nerves.
Yes, I saw a few t-shirts from people who felt the same way and said F, spelled out, F what Frankie says, which I thought was hilarious.
That was the decline of Frankie when people started putting out those shirts. Then we no longer heard from Frankie anymore. Don't have a cow.
Oh, yeah. Is that Bart Simpson, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Or bogus.
I remember I used bogus a lot. Yeah.
Or psych.
I used to use psych a lot. That's still getting used to this day.
Could you explain what psych means?
Psych is short for psychological. A lot of people misspell it as S-I-K-E, but it's P-S-Y-C-H. It just means, hey, I got 2 tickets to, Wu-Tang Clan. You want to go with me? Oh, yeah, sure. Psych. I don't have no tickets. You fake somebody else out. Yeah, that's not cool. I mean, that's a very uncool version of psych, but that's one way to do it.
And next up, we have the 90s. All that and a bag of chips.
Yes. Another one that makes no sense. Like, why somebody's all that and then you get a bag of chips on the side? Like, that's supposed to make it that much more special? but it.
'Cause we love potato chips. We love potato chips.
I guess so. Yeah.
What about the word homie?
Homie, don't play that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My bad. My bad.
Oh yeah. We've been saying that. I could have sworn that was late 80s, but yeah, I do remember saying that 90s too.
Late 80s. I think Urban Dictionary is having some trouble here. But late 80s, my bad means I messed up. It's my mistake. I made a mistake. Then whatever was, they have it in the 90s, but whatever was actually, I think, an 80s thing where it was like, whatever. It was kind of along with the Valley Girl time too.
I believe so.
Bling means jewelry.
Yep. Bling bling.
The bomb doesn't mean any kind of terrorist attack. It just means something is really good.
Yes. Yeah. You got to be careful when you use that one.
Yeah, don't use it at any airports or any government buildings. They will haul you off. Okay. And word, when someone agrees with you, word.
Word. Yes. We wore that out so much. Word.
And for shizzle.
Yeah. Shout out to Snoop Dogg.
We're going to move on to the 2000s, right? Bootylicious.
Yeah, that was a song. Was it Destiny's Child, right?
Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh, yeah. That was the correct. That was 2000, huh? Okay. I guess it was 2000.
And yeah, it was tight. Tight has multiple meanings.
Yes, it does. Do tell.
When someone is tight, that means they're upset. When something's cool and you like it, you can say, yo, that's tight. Or tight work. You got anything else?
Yeah. We like tight work. My brother and I still use tight work to this day. Big time.
And then this is where I think internet abbreviations came in, like BRB for Be Right Back, or OMG for Oh My God, or LOL for Laugh Out Loud, which I have a funny story about that because my niece was telling me that my brother-in-law used to send her these texts and he would always end it with LOL. And finally one day she was like, why you end your text with LOL and it's not even funny?
Oh, man.
And he was like, it means lots of love. Oh. My God.
I have a similar story.
Okay.
Not quite as funny. I don't know these people, but I saw this on one of those Facebook posts. But basically, I think it was a young lady who died suddenly, like in her 30s or 40s or something like that. And a lot of friends were giving, their, condolences and sharing moments. And this one, I guess, grandmother, I don't know if she's actually a grandmother, but a grandmother age lady said, yeah, she was a lovely person, blah, blah, blah. And then she said, LOL. So people were looking, they're like, what? Did you just put LOL? Like, she just died. What is so funny? So somebody wound up hitting her up. And she goes, Grandma Jones, why did you put LOL at the end of this dedication? She goes, oh, it means lots of love. Same thing. I'm like, why? Where are you getting this from? Please consult somebody before you start using slang you don't know about.
And this is what leads me up into this state. It's when your parents start using slang and they have no idea of what it means. I want you to imagine this. Imagine you're talking to your mother and your mother goes, no cap.
I would laugh for about 15 minutes straight.
Or she turns to you, she's like, your daddy got Rizz.
Oh, I'd laugh for another 15 to 20 minutes on that one.
Yeah, so that's the danger we run into is because when older, I speak like I ain't old myself, but you know what? I keep with the times here. But when older people use terms or slang terms and they bastardize it, they really mess it up. Kind of like the word woke.
Oh yeah, woke. That's an old school term from like way back in the 20s and whatnot, and it got not really rebranded. It got kind of stolen from us, and other people started using it. Let's just put it that way, to basically describe something that they don't like.
Yes, he's trying to say in more politically correct terms. Non-melanated people started using the term, and they started bastardizing it and giving it a whole new definition of what they thought it meant, and it wasn't. But there we have it, folks. We've put you onto game here. We've introduced you to 2026, the Slang Word Edition. Please hit us up in the comments. Let us know your thoughts on this. We'd love to get your feedback. And with that said, Jeff, please share with our listeners how they can support our channel.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Share the show with everyone that you know. If you have a comment or you just want to give us a show suggestion or just write us an email, you can hit us up at hilarityensewspod@gmail.com. Also, you can reach us on TikTok at Hilarity Ensues Pod. On Instagram, we're at Hilarity Ensues Podcast. And our Twitter handle is HEnsuesPod.
There you have it, folks. And as always, we may not have all the answers, but we'll definitely make you think and hopefully laugh a little in the process. Thank you for tuning in, and goodbye for now.
Take care.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Hilarity Ensues. Our fantastic music soundtrack is brought to you by TL Music Productions exclusively for Hilarity Ensues. Be sure to connect with us on social media by following Hilarity Ensues Podcast.